All right, so let's find the rate during each interval on this following graph. And we have a distance versus time graph. Distance on this side here is in kilometers, and time on this side right here is in minutes. And we have 4 sections, so we're going to call them A, B, C, and D. And we're going to do each section. Okay, it's important to each section. Now, what this kind of represents here is maybe how far away from home is someone based on time. So you'll notice that they start here at home, so 0 would be home, and then they travel away from home in a certain amount of time, and then here they travel a little bit, or this is a different amount of time, here's another amount of time where they're traveling again, and then this amount of time here is coming back, and they end up again at 0, which is home. Okay, so they started home, they ended home, and then they've done some traveling in between. Now, to find the rate during each time, okay, so again, remember that our rate, and because we got distance over time, we're going to do speed. Okay, so it's change in y over the change in x. So for part A, okay, the distance that's traveled starts here and goes to here. Okay, that distance is 2 kilometers. Okay, and so A is this line right here. So 2 kilometers is the distance, and the time is 30 minutes. And so if we divided by 30, I get 0.066 repeated kilometers per minute. Now, we don't often use kilometers per minute. We often use kilometers per hour. So if you want to change this into hours, this would be half an hour, so 0.5. So it would be 2 divided by 0.5. So this is the same as 4 kilometers per hour. It's the same thing, it's just in a different unit. And so it's important to understand that it is a different unit. For part B, this one's maybe a little bit easier. We start at 2 kilometers and end at 2 kilometers. Okay, so that stretch right there, we have actually traveled 0 kilometers, okay, in a span of 30 to 40 minutes. So that is 10 minutes. Sorry, between 30 and 40 minutes, not a span but of 30 to 40. And 0 divided by anything is just 0, so this is 0 kilometers per minute. Also known as 0 kilometers per hour. It's the same thing. Okay, same speeds there. So again, that's one of the easier ones. Anytime we see a flat line, okay, it represents that it's not moving. Okay, so it's flat. Okay, it's not moving at all. C is this stretch right here. So from this dot to that dot right there. Okay, the distance that's traveled is from the 2 kilometer mark to the 5 kilometer mark. Now that's not a 5 kilometer change or a 2 kilometer change, it's a 3 kilometer change. Okay, we have to look in between. So this is 3 kilometers is this span, so that's how much up we're going. That's our rise. Our run is from 40 to 60, so that is 20 minutes. And that would be 0.15 kilometers per minute. And some of you are working really feverishly to try to get this here. If we multiply that by 60, okay, this is the same as 9 kilometers per hour. I multiplied by 60 because there's 60 minutes in an hour, so we just multiply that by 60. So that's how we get the kilometers per hour there. And for D, now for D, this one's going to be a little bit different than you've kind of looked at in the past. Speed is always positive, so even if we get a negative speed, we just convert it to being positive, and that's kind of what we get. So D here, we're going to be going from here to here. Now the change is from 5 kilometers to 0. So this is a change of 5 kilometers. Okay, we're going back 5 kilometers, and we're doing it in a very short amount of time. We're going from 60 to right between 60 and 70, which would be 65. So this is in 5 minutes. This is 1 kilometer per minute, also known as 60 kilometers per hour. Okay. So the rate that we're going at, okay, is our slope. Our slope is always y over x. And so in this case here, that's a speed because it's distance over time. Anytime we see distance over time, we always know that's a speed. And I'm not worried if you do this unit or this unit, okay, as long as you do it correctly. Make sure that when you're setting up your rate, you have the correct units in there, and then you're using those units in that unit rate that you get at the end.